Task 5, Unit 12, current issues in sport. Joe Morrill, Conor Madden, Tom Hill. Right, we'll start off with P5. Right, Joe, explain the barriers to sports participation. First one.
Disability.
Yeah.
This could be a barrier because people who are disabled need to travel further to take part in sports. It would also take a lot of confidence to put yourself into a sport group if you have something wrong with you. People might not take the time to have to travel to like further clubs away. So if you're disabled, you've got to go further. Family could be a barrier because if your family want you to play different sports what you want to play, they might not actually fund you to do it. And some families might not want females in their family playing sports because of religions and stuff like that.
Right, okay, Conor?
I did racism. People now of different race are more scared of getting involved in sports due to the fact that recently the racism chants and stuff like that of the racism abuse has risen a little bit, so they might be scared to get involved due to that. Obviously it's not nice if someone's being racist to you. Also it can affect the way that you perform, so if you perform bad it's going to cause stress, then you're probably going to start getting more abuse held at you, then obviously that's not a good thing. Another one with gender. It can be a major barrier in sport, mainly because most sports are advertised as male sports. Not that they're only played by males, but say football for instance, you never see the women's football team on TV, or you never see women's rugby teams. So women are going to think that they can't do that sport, or they can't fit into that sport.
Right, good.
Money. Money in sport is key because a good example of this is in golf, where to play it you need to start off with quite a bit of money to buy the clubs, the equipment, and then membership fees. And then if you are wanting to take it seriously, you have to travel around England to play on different courses where it'll cost more to play and then cost more to enter tournaments, and then travel for that will cost money. And then the next one, travel, which kind of links in with that, which is probably the main barrier in sport, because if a player is wanting to progress into a higher level, they need to be going around England or maybe different countries to play, which again takes a lot of time, and you need parents that are going to be able to give you the time and get you to places safely.
Right, good. Right, let's move on to P6 then. So, explain 3 cultural influences on sports participation. So what 3 have we got? Which one are you going to talk about, Joe?
Social, economical class.
Right, off we go then.
That can influence sports because people in working class would play football more than they would play other sports because they might not feel welcome into it. So middle class people might play rugby union, and upper class will probably play like polo or other sports like that. So if you're playing football in lower class, you might not want to go and play polo if you won't feel as welcome into that sort of group.
Right.
Mine were gender again. That influences on cultural side of it due to the fact of different races and religions. The example of this is that women are not allowed to wear shorts so the Muslim religions not allowed to wear shorts because it shows too much skin is what they believe. So then that's going to influence a woman playing say football or rugby. They're not allowed to wear shorts, which is what they've got to wear, so they're going to have to avoid playing sports like that, and obviously if they like sports like that, they're not allowed to play it.
Right. Tom?
Mine kind of links in with Connor's there, with ethnicity, which is just the influences on sport, because some religious views believe not to play certain sports because of skin being shown, or because it doesn't fit in with their cultural beliefs.
Can you expand on that a bit? Ethnicity?
Some religious views
Right.
don't allow the children to wear like shorts or show skin, where pretty much most sports will have to be played in shorts or short t-shirts, so it then puts a barrier where they have to find some sports that don't do that.
What about ethnic groups playing different types of sports? Can you think of any examples of that?
They won't be allowed to play contact sports because of the violence in it. So they then have to lead to like some games like cricket, which isn't contact sport, tennis, which isn't again contact, golf. So they'd have to vary the sports they played.
Right, okay. Right, on to P7 then. Describe 3 strategies or initiatives which relate to sports participation. Off we go, Joe.
5-side tournaments. These are aimed to get local children playing sports.
Can you think of a specific example?
Down at Marley,
Right, yeah.
Bradford Council get kids down there to play 5-side tournaments. Which could develop their skills in the sports that they play
Yeah.
and get them more confident when socialising with different people. Positives for that could be they don't have to really pay for it and it gets them off the streets. Negatives could be travelling down there and if it's like parents are working, they might not be able to get down there for that and they might not be able to get the equipment to wear, so trainers and stuff like that to play sports.
Right, good.
The one I chose were summer camp over at Greenhead School, which is I went to myself sometimes in the 6-week holidays. This just gets obviously kids occupied in the holidays, so they've got something to do, and it develops the skills in all sports, because all you do really is most of the day play sports. You just have a break for some food and drinks, and you're back into playing sports, and you play with different groups of people, different races, different religions. So then you get to socialise with obviously people that you might never have socialised with before. So then it's developing your skills in that, it's keeping you occupied, and it could get you interested in sports, which then you later want to take up and do it as a hobby. The downside of this though is that you've got to pay. It was quite expensive because you had to pay for the 6 weeks over, and that were it, and then obviously the next 6-week holidays. But the upside is that you could, obviously the parents didn't have to worry where the kids were all day, the kids had something to do all day. It meant you were playing sports all day and you were socialising and developing your skills.
Right, good.
I've gone for that tennis camps, like sports specific camps that do it, and it's just for people that enjoy tennis. Again, it'd be during summer, so it'd be getting that kids off the streets and getting them into playing tennis, into a sport they like, and then because it's a single chosen sport, the coaches are for just that sport, so they'll be getting good coaching advice, hopefully progress, and then it could lead to different things, and they might have to they might want to take tennis up full time. The downside to that is that it does cost more than just your average summer camp, and it's a lot more time and a lot more energy needed to use.
So how might they help that for sports participation? What might they do?
They'll go into schools and get them involved in that first, that could interest them into the camp, and then once they're interested in the camp, they go and they'll start progressing as a player and start wanting to play more.
Right, fine. Anything else to add, gents?
No.
No.